Diddy hearing just ended. This was a very interesting hearing. Definitely a big W for Diddy all around. Diddy's lawyers argued to the judge that there was an illegal search and seizure violating Diddy's Fourth Amendment rights. What the defense argues is there was no probable cause for somebody to go in and start taking pictures of his legal pads because they didn't have a warrant. Then the defense argues that, oh yeah, by the way, his legal pads are attorney-client privileged communication. So that's another violation on top. Government tried to argue, well, no, we weren't targeting searching him. Instead, we got these papers in our hands because at the MDC, the Federal Detention Center, there were issues with safety and contraband. And so there was a general search performed by the MDC of all of the detainees. And during the course of that, we got our hands on some of these documents.
It's not a very good argument because if you're searching a prison for contraband, why did you take a bunch of pictures of somebody's notes written inside of a legal pad? Written notes inside the pages of a legal pad would not be contraband that you're looking for to address prison issues.
The other reason that was not a very good argument is the person who took the pictures was not some random investigator assigned to search the BOP for contraband. It was an individual who has been assigned to monitor all of Diddy's communications and phone calls at the prison. So the idea that you're not targeting Diddy with this search and that this was just part of an overall search of the prison, I don't know about that. The judge didn't like that argument either. Well, what do the papers even say? The government argues that this is evidence of paying off witnesses and of trying to dig up dirt on witnesses. The defense argues no. The defense argues that's preposterous, but they don't even want to go there because at the end of the day, these are notes of conversations with lawyers and not something that they can be looking at, period. Defense notes that, look, they're saying, oh, he's trying to dig up dirt on witnesses. Well, if you were a defendant and there was a witness, wouldn't you try to find out all bad information about that witness so you could use that on the stand that, hey, this person is a liar, this person is this person filed this lawsuit over here to get some money. So the idea that somebody's lawyer says, hey, let's investigate a person and find out everything we can about them is somehow witness intimidation is preposterous. With the judge buying a lot of the defense's arguments, the question becomes, okay, let's say the government did illegally obtain these notes. What then? What should happen in this case? They turned that question over to Diddy's attorney. The defense had a couple points. One, they want an evidentiary hearing because before they ask the judge to issue a penalty for what they contend is a violation of Diddy's constitutional rights, first, they want to actually know exactly the extent of the violation. And the way they're going to go about doing that is they want the surveillance video from the seizure of the records within the jail. And two, they want to get the communications between the prosecution and the investigator who took the photographs. Big picture, defense argues a couple things. One, that this could be a situation where you have to dismiss the entire indictment, or this could be a situation where there's bias on part of the prosecutors, and these prosecutors should not be allowed to continue to prosecute. They should have to recuse themselves from the case. The other big picture, you have a shot at bond. The bond motion is coming up on Friday. And given that now you've got the judge a little bit on your side, questioning the integrity of the prosecution, questioning whether he can really take everything the prosecution is saying at face value, you might have a shot at bond. The judge has set a briefing schedule, so each side is going to submit briefing and arguments on whether this was an illegal or legal search and seizure, whether this was a violation of the attorney-client privilege, and if so, what remedy should there be? Should there be a hearing? Should the defense get the right to review the surveillance footage? All of those issues are going to be briefed, argued before the judge, and a decision will come out on that in the coming weeks.